Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Commander UNSHACKLed. And tonight, we decide where our loyalties lie. Now, either it's... Oh, shit. I forgot to fucking mute myself. I was fine last week, but no, I reset my computer, and this is what fucking happens. So, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, this is the show that is the factions. The factions dropped today in the update, and we will talk about those a little later on. But let's kick it off and go straight into this week's update. Excuse me. And that's the wrong fucking tab open. That's my base. And there we go. War Commander update notes for Wednesday, October. October? Why am I thinking October? It's fucking August. Shut up! It's fucking August. There should be one spot open for data. I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there is one spot open. So the following changes and fixes have been applied on tonight's update. Faction alignment for faction traits we will go over shortly. Update to the Seeker base. The bases will only be on the map during August 31st, September 1st, September 7th, and 8th. Ah, shit, no, and I didn't introduce the panel either. I do apologize. I've gone way ahead of myself here. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Wolfie, be quiet. Be quiet. I can read the side chat. Shut up. So tonight's panel is, before I continue, bastards. We have Anton, we have David the Douche Dark Shadows, we have Fear the fucking Peel, we have that fucking bastard Godscope, we have that fucking bastard King, we have the Dobber Phoenix, who's just decided to jump in and who appears to be in the middle of the sky somewhere. We have the lovely Lady Warrior. We have the real Slim Shady, not that other prick, the real Slim Shady. We have Wolfie the Bastard, and myself, the immortal, the indomitable, the absolute asshole, Dr. Phil. So there's your introduction. There. You happy?
Yay.
Good. Can I continue?
Yes.
Can I finish? Can I read this?
Please do.
Thank you. So, again, who the fuck did David? Stop it.
I was muted, so it wasn't me.
I know it wasn't you.
This time.
It was David. It was always fucking David.
It's always David. No, it wasn't.
Bullshit. So the following base can be earned from destroying the bases. Of course, items based off chance. First Seeker guaranteed on victory. Good, because I don't have any. And of course, 3 components: overhead armor, side skirt, light missiles, heavy component, artillery drills, and the OS training component. None of which I know what they are. I will have a look at those later on. I'm sure the rest of you do. Update to the Widowmaker base on September 4th, for whatever fucking reason. Widowmaker, Widowmaker X, Widowmaker Prime, and 500 medals. Have a probability to grant the following bonus rewards for Arachnid Army and Unstoppable. Now, Unstoppable is giving you Vanquish shields on your Widowmakers. And who's breathing on their goddamn microphone? Update to the Jug base. Base is available September 4th, 5th, 11th, 12th, 25th, and 26th. For 1 Jug part, 4 million thorium, and who's fucking breathing on their goddamn mic? Finally. Elite Jug base. Bases will spawn on September 4th, 5th, 11th, 12th, 25th, and 26th, same as the normal Jug base. 2 Elite Jug parts, 10 million thorium for the fallback prize. Update to the Omega Jug base. Again, no, these are different dates, which is September 6th, 7th, 13th, 27th, and 28th. And the following items, of course, the Omega Jug parts 4, 3, 2, and 1. And 18 million thorium. Now, of course, the Shadow Ops base, the boss base, is delayed again by another week, while the team is ambitious to create new bases or a new boss fight that they can change every week just to screw you over just that little bit more. To make sure there are no performance issues, quotes, no performance issues, end quotes, are experienced. There'll be a bonus spawn day on 9/9/17, which is September the 9th, which is the day before, which is next Sunday, which is a week on Sunday. And the first Sunday spawn will be on the 10th. Hang on a minute. That can't be right. Oh no, the 9th is a Saturday. So there's 2 days. Update. Invasion 8 Part 1 prizes, invasion prizes have been issued to all players through an offer, which is bullshit because I haven't had mine yet because I actually finished Invasion. And faction loyalty, the gold cost to switch factions has been reduced to 100 coins, down from 216. That's a hefty reduction. But it's still pointless because if you're going to coin something like that, you're an idiot. Components being upgraded 2+ times in a row, then equipped will no longer cause resources to become zeroed out. All right, I've never seen that before, but okay.
We have.
And the Cyclops schematic now displays correctly in the workshop. And that is it. And of course, the base extravaganza, which is completely fucking pointless, which will be on Sunday, is Legion and Legion Tech, Growler and Growler Tech, Inferno and Inferno Tech, Ronin and Ronin Tech, BFG, BFGX and all the tech, Viper X, Tech, Skins, Elite Viper, and Sarkis, and Tech, and components. That's supposed to be the bonus base extravaganza. No, I'd rather have bases that were actually worth something. Like Purifier bases, Vindicator bases. All the shit you need for the upcoming event, which is the Sentinel faction. All of the stuff that is required. Not fucking bullshit that I haven't done anything with. My Growler Inferno is still low level. The Ronin's been a piece of shit for about 2 years. The BFGX has been a piece of shit for about 2 years. The Viper X is only ever good for running around the map. And in the last year, has any of you actually used Sarkis at all?
No.
Yes, it did.
Sorry. Who were you talking about?
Sarkis.
Sarkis was built and never used. Fully
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
fully teched out, but never used.
Same thing for me.
Tried using him, didn't work.
The BFG isn't a faction. BFG does not have a faction. It's in the jug base, but it doesn't have a faction. Who's flagged that? All right. It always amuses me when that happens. So we move on to this particular post here. But before we do that, has anybody got any comments on the update notes?
When does the action start?
When does what?
The action.
What action?
I know.
I just say that I'm glad that they're putting out the Juggernaut bases for a couple more days because they were barely on the map 2 days, I believe. See that they're giving people a chance to get all the parts.
Which is good. I don't have any, and I won't get them for a while because they're pointless to me right now. So they're not on my list at all. I have way too much other shit to do. Like collecting Sentinel units. And as many of them as I can fucking get. We'll touch just on the... what are they bloody... The faction bases. The 100 and the new 150. And that's the new Cyclops 150, not the Dog 150 that was last week and accidentally spawned this morning. There is a problem with that. If you have ran your the dog bases 5 times, because that's your limit on the dog bases per week, if you've ran those bases 5 times and picked up those tokens, you cannot run the Cyclops base and get anything. You are limited to 5 bases per week, and this base does count towards that total. So if you haven't done any, there's your warning. If you have done them, there's your warning. Tough shit. You should have waited.
You should not have waited. It was so much easier with the war dogs.
You weren't getting the tokens.
Shadows and corpus.
You weren't getting the tokens?
You weren't getting those tokens, no.
Said I was.
I did. I did 2 dog bases and got the tokens.
Yeah,
Let me
I
double
got
check.
2
I was getting because
I never got the tokens.
it said I was getting corpus tokens. Let me double check.
Yeah. But I got the damage though.
Let me
Oh, no, I
check.
don't want a workshop open. Stupid workshop.
But that's as
The
we
first one I
say.
got was Hades, and I got those. So
You got who?
the Hades tokens, I said I got 3 of those, and I got them. So yeah, they were given out.
Some people weren't getting them.
And of Apollo.
I can vouch for that. I got mine.
Yeah.
And I'm still waiting for my bloody offer. Whenever the hell that decides it's going to drop in.
What, the Jericho one?
No, I've already got Expert Jericho, so that's another thing. They have offered Expert Jericho out for 49 gold.
What does that mean? Watch it be in the event store.
But no,
No.
but no tech for it.
No, I know it's been asked for multiple times, and this is what Kixhigh like to do. They like to throw it at you. They'll throw it up in a nice big banner and a nice big offer for as cheap as they can get it, like they did with the original Sandstorm. Or the level 20 Sandstorm. Sorry. It was $5, 50 gold, and that was his job to good. And the problem is, Kixhigh lack the requirement to actually package it with any of its tech. You're giving Expert Jericho out techless. And even if you did pick up Expert Jericho for 49 gold, which I would still recommend, because Jericho's a damn good unit. However, without that tech of his, the HH2 targeting specifically, and the arc loader tech, Jericho is practically, it's like sending a soldier into battle without body armor. It makes him pointless because he doesn't have that range, he doesn't have the concussion without those 2 specific pieces of tech. It's what still makes me semi-viable. It makes me able to do the bases that I've been doing and the way I've been doing. With Jericho without his tech is just completely just pointless. Comments?
Yes, Jericho to me is the best unit in the game, but without that couple of tech there, you may as well just bring in a Hellhound or 2 Hellhounds and do the same damage.
You can run it on a Hellhound. It won't be as effective, but it'll work on the same.
Yo, the Hellhounds suck. I just want to say. I just want to put them out there. The Hellhounds suck. I've got them. They absolutely suck. They're horrible. If I had the 50 gold, I'd buy the Jericho without the tech. Without the tech, it's the one Jericho is worth five Hellhounds.
It's quite easily worth 5, possibly 10.
Yeah. So I mean, like a stock Hellhound has 132,000 hit points and 450 range. It does 10,000 damage. So there's really no comparison. The stock Jericho has double the health, 25 less range, but you'll get that range increase within a couple upgrades, and the DPS is double at level 1. So it's already at level 1. It's already worth 2 level 10 Hellhounds. So
well, he hits max range at level 10.
Yeah,
and you can do that in a matter of a couple of bases.
Yeah, Exactly. Oh, Jericho is used as VXP as well?
Jericho is VXP, the original one.
Dude, I feel like such a sucker now because I spent my gold on upgrading my CC. I could have me a Jericho. No.
Jericho, or is it standard Jericho?
Oh, well,
It's expert.
Then it's already maxed level.
It's
Oh,
already
the
level 40.
offer's
You
over.
don't-
The offer's over, so it's gone anyway.
Hmm.
I don't even have it on my screen. I'm screen sharing. It was sitting right here earlier. I don't even have it.
Damn, that sucks.
I snagged that fuse.
All my advice has gone down the shitter there. But if they put it out in an offer like that, there has been conversations about a what do they call it? Oh fuck! They called it something way back when. It was like they used to do it in Battle Pirates a lot. Like every 6 months. It's like they did it at Christmas and they did it in June. They'd have a massive prize store with all of the shit in it, and I mean all of it.
Yep.
I know they're limited on the War Commander side to what they can put in the event store because of the way it's laid out to reduce performance issues and all of that palaver. So they have to pick and choose what they put in. If they decide they want to run it this way and do a quote unquote catch up, which they don't usually do. They've tried, and every time they've tried it, it's always failed miserably because either the event's too hard or some shit goes horribly, horribly wrong.
Now, also, if history serves Kixeye correctly, what they offer usually in the packages ends up being in the event or ending up back in the gear store. So you still have a chance.
If he pops back up in the gear store, I highly recommend getting him. But what I don't want them to do is like they do with every expert bloody unit they put in there. With currently the hero units that are available at 830k. Oh, hello.
Hello, Tom.
That's not good. Somebody's in my base.
Uh-oh.
No, I recognize the sync error, that's all.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, normally if they've offered it there, it's going to be either in the event or it's going to be...
Either wait for the September gear store and hope to God they lower the bloody cost. Because if he sat there at 800,000 medals, there ain't no chance in hell of getting him. If you're...
What was it,
that
8,000?
player. Because
8,000?
it was 800 in the beginning when he first dropped into the store. And I managed to get him with a lot of help from Cargral at the time. Cargral and City, actually.
And then you also had the other tech form as well, which was another
The
800.
arc loader, which was 600 on top of that. So again, if they put that tech in there and ask an extortionate price for it,
Can I put something
me
out
and
there?
the guy who wrote the fucking gear store are going to have words, I tell you that much.
Can I put some out there?
Go for it.
They should also, because the arc loader wasn't his original tech. The original tech was the rapid reload or something like that, and they haven't put that out since Jericho came out.
It's the same with the shredder tech. That hasn't been either. It was out.
If they're
once,
gonna put,
it hasn't been out again.
if they're gonna put Jericho out with all his tech, there should be all his tech so the people who don't have it can get it.
I would agree, and actually, I'm wrong on that one. They have offered it once before, and that was the Halloween Nightmare event back in October of last year, where if you ran that special tier and got all the way to the end, you had that choice because they put Pandora and the Wingman. They had Jericho and all of the tech, including the rapid fire, Balder, and all of his tech, the acid rain as well, and all of those techs were available in that specific event. If you could get to the end of it, which at the time I couldn't. So I'm missing out on a lot of shit for Jericho that I should really have. I'm fortunate enough to have him almost decked out the way I want him, but he still doesn't have rapid fire.
Yeah, well, that tech is one of the best techs for him. So, maybe they'll release it. Who knows?
Maybe
can only
will,
hope.
maybe they won't. Nobody knows.
There's a question that we were discussing before the show there. If you put Jericho in your base, is that going to negate everything for that faction because Jericho is not a faction unit?
Well, I was trying to get into my base to bloody show Jericho. And it's been giving me fucking trouble all day. I mean, the show was nearly not going to happen tonight because at about 4:30 this afternoon, my entire computer just went.
Especially since you guys are such old friends.
But Anton, to answer your question, most likely, since he's not a faction unit, yeah, it'll negate everything.
You don't have to cover
And also the bunkers. Say you put you would have to say you go Corpus, you would have to put on Spartans in your bunker.
The Jericho answer I know is an absolute. Because that is in there. He is a non-faction unit and he will negate the bonus. The bunker issue, I want to say it will be along the same lines. But I honestly don't know. I want to say he's on the same line because it says further up, if you bust something out like there's of your own faction, like a hero building, which I can also some way equivalate to bunkers being what bunkers are. And that being that question answered, but I honestly don't know. Now that is the tech you want right there, the gold HH2, which gives you plus 100 range at max level. Now I do own one. I don't own any of the others, and you can quite plainly see they're marked 0 of 0, and they're still at level 1. I just wanted to point that out. But that tech is
info on it. It says info.
It says info.
Yeah, isn't there one that gives you an
it.
increased clips? Isn't there one that gives you an increased clip size too?
That one is the arc loader, the level 3 version, which it gives you plus 2 clip size, 30% fire rate, and adds the stunt. It adds concussion to the unit.
Yeah, those two, the one with the range and the arc loader, those two are the must-haves.
They are really the must-haves. I mean, I go for damage and speed. I really should upgrade that. I haven't done it.
I was just about to say that. You need to upgrade that.
Did I ever get around to that? No, I didn't. I'll work on that at some point. I can't bother to do it now, but those two techs in particular. I mean, the Fury tactic is a nice thing to have because it will increase reload speed. I think it's
500%.
Jericho and nearby allies for 500% for 7 seconds at max, which is nice. But again, it's one of those things. It's a yes or no for the must-haves. I'm not entirely sure. I've never used it, so I don't have that knowledge of using it or not. I've seen it used by other people, and it can really kick some fucking ass. But it's not really 100% necessary in this state of the game, at least. I think so. So, anything else? Anything else anybody wants to see? Let's see. Come on. Bloody, the workshop's a fucking slow-ass piece of shit. And Dina is another one. This is the shredder tech that allows her to shoot air for 6 seconds. That's one I don't have. That's one I really do want.
8 seconds when maxed as well. Or 12 seconds.
6 seconds at level 1, 9
12.
at level 2, and 12 at level 3. But it does help with a lot of stuff. I mean, the amount of people I've seen run Iron Strike 60s, for instance, and knock out that floating hunter with Dina and blow up the other one at the bottom end, and then O-tighten the rest of it, instead of running around with Jericho for 4 minutes like a dickhead.
Yep.
You could still do it, but the shredder is one of those things.
Yeah.
You know, you can use one howler and clear out that whole entire base with one howler and take like no damage.
Time.
It
I don't have that kind of effort.
It doesn't take that much time. It is actually pretty quick.
With my luck being my luck and Kixeye being Kixeye, yeah. I can't say that. Go, shut up, David. Jug 2 minutes. Stop making stupid suggestions, okay? I'm not sending my jug into a fucking 60. I did it when I bought my jug, when I got the jug for the first time. Got it built and sent it out into a, I think I did like a 50 with it and got it killed.
I did that with my Legion. Sent it into a 60 the first day and then realized, oh shit, it won't work and it's 24 hours repair.
Ouch.
Yep, ouch is right.
Yeah, you definitely.
Needless to say, I didn't use it like that again. I made sure I used the clones after that. I don't ever lose my Legion because I always retreated. I just use the clones.
I think my Legion's been gathering dust. I only really pull him out if I'm stretching for thorium and can't be arsed farming it. You gotta find the right 65 to do it though.
My clones work pretty good in most of the 65s. There's one that they die fast, but there's other ones where they work pretty well.
Yeah.
Just use Jericho, take out the Hunter missile, and then use your air.
My Jericho sucks because I don't have good tech on mine either.
David, were you not listening at all for the last 5 minutes?
Yeah, exactly. We don't have the tech, dude.
It's mentioning the tech, mentioning the time. It's trying to get shit done quickly. Doing it with Jericho, you have to be careful. Because if you're going to do it one way or another...
Just use Jericho to take out the Hunter. That's it. And you retreat and you pull your air. Done.
Yeah, okay.
Don't make...
Shall I do it on? Shall I do it without all that nice little gold tech on it and watch it die?
Just throw a couple missiles at it, be done with it.
There you go.
That would work, but it defeats the object of hitting an 60.
Yeah.
Well, it's only 3 million for a bullseye.
Yeah, but 60 mil fucking res.
Yeah,
Just having one bit of tech for Jericho.
No
I
one
mean,
cares about the forecast.
you can drop a PK in there. I don't think I have any max bullseyes. Yeah, my bullseye's level 1, so it doesn't really matter. But that's, I mean, even at level 1, it's 35 million res a pop, and that's pretty much almost half of what you get out of one of those.
Yeah.
Small company.
But then it's that. So we will then move on. I'm going to close that out, otherwise it's going to be a pain in the ass. We will move on to faction alignments. Now, I'm going to put Wrong Digger Post last and go straight into the faction trait first. We discussed it a little bit and we discussed it a little bit prior to the show starting. Realized we were 3 minutes bloody late because we were talking. And, yeah. Shit happens. So this is the faction trait thing. And before somebody complains, I will zoom in so you can read, you blind bunch of bastards.
Hey, wait a minute. Now I resemble that. I have one eye. So, yeah, it needs to be big for me.
Well, that only makes you half blind, so I'm only half insulting you.
Okay. I got to do better then. I got to figure out a way to make you all the way insulted. I mean, I'm the only one on the panel never been on your shit list, so I might as well work that. See if I can get there once.
There are a few people on the panel that haven't been on my shit list. There have been a few people on the panel that have almost made my shit list. David.
And I was gonna say David's always right on the edge.
I'm feeling kind of offended that I wasn't in that almost made the crap list.
No, that's because you are on it always.
Fair point. Fair point.
I don't think I've ever actually had a reason to put you on my shit list.
I'll say I got 2 words: leet speak.
Dude, seriously?
You almost kicked me from the page when I did that.
If you're going to
Then there was the
talk,
max
do it in the Queen's English, for the love of God.
And then there was the Mac comment today. So I think
no Mac jokes allowed.
Exactly. See, so I'm getting closer and closer.
So let's get back on track before we go way out of the ballpark again. So the aligning with a faction allows you to show loyalty, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit, 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 all bullshit. The only real thing I'm interested in is the bullet point remarks. The faction traits are bonus effects that allow your units to be benefited in combat, so long as all of the units match the faction you're aligned to. So if you're aligned with the Sentinels and you deploy the Sentinel units, and you receive the Sentinel traits, blah, 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 and that's across the board. So if you're Survivor is Survivor buffs, Corpus is Corpus buffs, but if you deploy Survivor and Sentinel or Survivor and Corpus, like Liberators and Phalanx, for instance, you will get no buffs at all.
And there's all your Sentinel.
You don't get any. You don't lose any units. You just lose the buff. So you won't get immunity to stasis, or flat damage reduction, or the bloodlust bullshit that I still don't understand.
Yeah.
That one's been out for a while. It's just straight up murdering shit. That's the order of things. And the faction trait bonuses will be only applied when faction units are being used. The faction you are currently aligned with, any non-faction units deployed into offensive battles will not trigger the faction trait bonuses. Any non-faction units deployed into defensive bases will not trigger the faction trait bonuses.
So say bye to your Tempest.
Well, it says it won't trigger. Faction trait bonuses will only be applied when faction units are being used. So I don't actually think that non-faction units will do anything. They won't get any buffs, but I don't think they'll break it either. From what I can understand here, because it's done in double speak.
Yeah.
And it's really difficult to decipher. Because Kixi like to do that. Now I will post something later on and request some confirmation. Or if somebody is watching and would like to mail me said confirmation, I'd be extremely grateful. So faction trait bonuses. Sorry? Carry on.
Where it says last stand defenders, scroll up a little bit. It's like drones and last stand defenders. Basically, that's saying to me, your like troops in your towers, that should not bother with it because technically it's a last stand defender in your towers.
Yes and no.
So if you've got owls in your drone silo, does that negate it?
No.
Because we don't have any faction drones as of yet, at least.
Yeah, but
so it doesn't. They've stated, does not include drones, or specifically because we don't have any. There are no faction drones, so it would automatically kind of ruin it completely, no matter what. You'd have to empty out your drone silos for it to work if that was the scenario. So that's why they decided no, they won't impact the bonus.
It might be the same scenario that putting a Jericho in that doesn't really have a faction unit as well.
It doesn't have a faction, so therefore it won't trigger the faction trait.
But it will stop it from being applied to all your other units.
It doesn't say that.
Yeah, that's where the problem lies. See, the way it's going, the way I'm reading it there now is you have to empty your rocket silos and all your bunkers to a certain faction. Don't put any oils out there because you'll lose all the buff.
No, I'm not reading it that way.
Because I'm reading it in the sense that it says, the faction trait bonuses will be applied only when faction units are being used. So if you're using any non-faction units, then you won't get any. The buffs won't be applied.
Yeah, it's your definition.
So Hunter actually brought up a really good question. So he goes in with his Jericho, and he does a little damage, and it comes out, and then he uses the appropriate faction units, would he still get the bonus?
I would imagine yes. After during once Jericho's gone, and then he starts using just those faction units, then you will get the buff applied.
We did a thing in the previous server where we did the Liberator's Bloodlust. So we did it live on the show. We killed a bunch of stuff, got it to like 50% or so, retreated them, sent something else out to kill something, and then we retreated that, brought the libs back out, and in the previous server he kept the 50% when he came back out again.
Hey, really quick. I just tested that with the lib bonus because I have the survivor bonus. So I sent in Weaver, and I got up to 44%, and then I retreated him, brought in a Cyclone, which is a non-faction unit. So the buff, the little picture in the top corner where Sheila is, went away, and it says 0%. And then I retreated the Cyclone, brought Weaver back in, and the thing came back up, and I still had the 44% or whatever that I had when Weaver retreated.
Now, what I need you to do there is deploy them both at the same time.
Yeah, just give me a second. Deploy. As soon as you deploy, it goes away. As soon as you deploy, you lose the buff, and as soon as you let that non-faction unit leave, as soon as it leaves and it counts it as left, the faction trait buff comes back.
No.
The Sentinel thing up. I've got 3 riflemen. If I deploy them, does that then go away? Yes. So I've deployed 3 riflemen. My faction trait's gone away to my purifiers. I'm just going to retreat my 3 riflemen. It should come back then. Yes, it's basically anything that doesn't have a faction is taking away your thing. So that clears that up.
That clears that up.
Stop screen share.
So you still may have the opportunity to use some of your more favorite units and still get your faction bonus.
So then Kickside would need an option to recall a unit in battle.
They do that when you're attacking somebody.
Yeah, but whenever you're defending, they would need something to do that as well.
I don't think so. And the reason being is, if you're going to PvP somebody who's got a full fucking base tomb that you want to kill, and they retreat it mid-battle, there is enough discussion on the forums now about retreating platoons. That one goes either way. Personally, I don't like it. I never have. I don't care if my platoon is getting hit or not. If I'm hitting somebody's platoon or somebody's hitting my platoon, one of us is going home dead. That's how it should work.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that. You know how many times I hit it? I found a platoon and I hit it this weekend, and the guy hit retreat.
They retreated and ran home.
Yeah, that's horrible. That's horrible. If you're bad enough to leave your heavy platoon unprotected and not properly formed on the map and get it sniped, then you deserve to lose that platoon.
Yeah.
I think there should be a time limit. So for example, the first minute or first minute and a half, 2 minutes or whatever, you can't retreat. And then after that, you can retreat.
If I don't deploy anything and I'm holding your tune, that's one thing, you can retreat. But if I deploy right away and I come in and I start killing your stuff because you don't have any AA in your platoon and you didn't form your platoon right, you should not have the option to click the retreat button and run away.
Here's an idea that I'm going to steal straight from Battle Pirates. Now, they have a system where if you don't take damage for a specific period of time, you can retreat from that combat. That's it. So you'd have a bar across the retreat button. When the bar is full, you can hit retreat and go home if you don't take damage within 30 seconds or 60 seconds. I'd make it 60 seconds because that's the current deploy timer. So if you haven't taken any damage for 60 seconds, or you haven't dealt any damage for 60 seconds, you're allowed to leave. Or if you're getting your ass beat for the entire 60 seconds, then you're not allowed to go anywhere. And you are going to stay there until your tune is dead. And that's the only way you're going to go home. You either don't take any damage or you die. That's what I think anyway.
How
And
long
that would
ago was
really
that implemented?
stealth units. That would really help with stealth units, and you could just run and hide for a minute, and you're good.
There's that too. They implemented that in Battle Pirates about 3 years ago.
No, I'm talking about the retreat thing, because when I left the game, that wasn't there.
I have no fucking idea.
My idea on the retreat
Probably
is
about a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Because literally, I could go around with stealth detonators and engage every single platoon, never ever lose my stealth detonator, and I could kill every platoon on the map, or force them to retreat, and never ever suffer a loss.
25% damage if you retreat.
No, I don't like that. That's mandatory damage. I don't like mandatory damage.
Well, I mean, you're pretty much not allowing that person to do damage to you anyway, because I mean, you kind of can't agree with, be retreating and not justifying a properly formed platoon because and then not guarding it properly on the map, and then say no, well, I don't want any repairs on it at all. There's got to be some kind of penalty for a retreat. You've got to still be taking heavy fire as you're retreating, because there's no army that has ever retreated that hasn't suffered any kind of loss.
True.
In that retreat, you know what I mean? I like that idea of the 25% repair. But then again, if you properly form your platoon and you put it in a PvP platoon and you're on the map, that 25% repair is insignificant, but it's still something.
The problem is with ideas like this, you have to figure a way to balance it.
That's
the pros and cons, and that's the worst word, and I hate using it. And it's also the worst part of having an idea. I mean, straightforward. If you're able to retreat your platoon, taking damage is probably good and bad at the same time, which is a good thing to have.
25% damage to standard platoons, 50% damage to PvP platoons.
Ooh. You bastard! I like it.
Yeah, because you think about it. I mean, if you're running a PvP platoon and you're going into a base, you're going to have anti-air in that heavy platoon. If you're not running anti-air in the heavy platoon, then you're relying too much on your AA platoons. Now, with the addition of the second hangar, you have the ability to run more of a variety, and you should be running balanced platoons anyway.
You can run an O-Titan for cover and your herald to really smash the crap out of shit.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
really
is, but like your heavy platoon on the map should always be protected. It should be protected, and
yeah.
If you're putting a heavy platoon out on the map by itself with no cover platoons or no sniping platoons, then you're just asking for it to be killed, and you're not managing your platoons on the map properly.
It's like in I hate to bring boats, but like an aircraft carrier. An aircraft carrier is an awesome thing, but it's actually sucky if you go head to head with it. That's why you have battleships and destroyers and stuff to protect the aircraft carrier.
Data will know this just as much as myself. If you're in World of Warships, for instance, if you don't cover that carrier, and the guy can sneak around the back in a destroyer and blow your fucking ass up before anyone else gets there if you're not covered. Because it's happened to me on more than one occasion.
Yeah, I mean, that can cripple you, but I mean, it takes away a dynamic of platoon fighting on the world map. If I'm fast enough and good enough to kill all your sniping platoons, to get to your heavy, and then I get to your heavy platoon, and I grab it, and I start to attack it, and you hit retreat, then I did all that for nothing. There's no point to even have that heavy platoon out there on the map, or even try to snipe it. Who cares?
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question in the panel. And thinking about the last PvP stuff that you sniped, for an online player, what was the biggest repair that you gave an online player?
18 hours, I think.
I mean, toon sniping. You knew the guy was online, and you were battling toon versus toon, and whatnot.
Ardred, Jug, and 6 phalanx, and a couple assorted infantry units to fill it out.
I was going to say probably an entire heavy tune, like whatever that equates to?
Because I've been sniping for
Juggernaut, Adra, Legion, Growler, and I can't remember what else. But yeah,
I've sniped a lot of offline, but as far as like online, I've got I think the people came Sunday or Monday to 49, and ever since then I've been sniping tunes and hitting bases and stuff. But sniping tunes, I've probably killed hundreds and hundreds of buggies, and I've gotten a hold of maybe 15, 20 heavy tunes. But the second you latch on to the heavy tune, before I can even load the tune to
Before you
hit
can even
attack,
drop
boom.
anything out, they've bugged it off.
And I'm like, well, killing buggies is if you kill enough of their buggies, it'll start saying, "Oh, this buggy's destroyed" when they try to deploy it. But it's not really doing them any harm because then they just take they take a self bubble, and then they go heal their buggies, and then they're back out again. Or you kill their Juggernaut or something, you kill their Ardra. A, you teach them a lesson not to be stupid, and B, you cripple them because now they're either gonna have to coin it or wait the 16, 18 hours or whatever for the jug or whatever you kill. And then they're just going to have to resort to tune sniping and not base hitting. I actually used to find that fun is making tunes that I would always try to find that one tune that everybody would be scared of. And they would never attack it. Or if they did attack it, it would cost them greatly. And
Yeah, there's got to be some kind of punishment for retreating. There has to be.
There really does. Why the hell is peeling it twice?
Hang on.
I'm just waiting for it to kick because it dropped me out. I'm just waiting for it to remove the other one. Don't try to remove me yourself. It'll kick me out, and I'll never be able to get back.
I know.
I've had that happen before.
Oh, here. Don't threaten us there, here. Don't threaten us.
Well, the only one who can currently do it is me, so.
Wait, hopefully it will kick itself out now that I'm in here. I'm hoping.
We hope so, but if it's not done in 5 minutes, I'm kicking you anyway. All right. So, I think we've got some ideas on the platoon thing, but we'll carry on with where we were on the faction traits. So survivors have Warlust, which is survivor units deployed deal more damage as both friendly and enemy units are killed, similar to Kara and what she does, which she does pump out a lot of damage the more she kills, which is Kara was my favorite SF unit until they sort of became defunct. They're still useful in some ways or form, but I can't do what I used to do, which really does suck, to be honest. Survivors receive an additional 1% damage to all targets for every 60 capacity of units killed. Friend and foe does not apply to missiles. So if you hit something with missiles and you damage it or you kill some shit, it doesn't apply. The damage bonus is capped at 100% increased damage and is reset when the battle instance ends. And you're in here twice again. God damn it.
It's just not getting rid of the other.
So you got to kill 6,000 capacity of units in order to get your full 100%.
Yeah, I think that's a bit bullshit. That's two full tunes. That's a ridiculous amount.
Is that counting? That's not counting turrets and all that. So, yeah,
it's actually not that much. I was just testing it earlier before the show started, and if you think I was testing it in the Red Locust 30, if you get a chance to look at it, I think it was maxed when I killed about half the base.
Because it does apply to.
I got about halfway through the base. Yeah, once you get about halfway through the base, it was fully maxed. It was pumping out a ton of damage.
But look at it in terms of PvP, and I mean, if you're talking about a Red Locust 30, I mean, you're talking about big capacity units that are just completely useless.
You think about it. It doesn't say it doesn't include last stand defenders. Last stand defenders, even if you killed last stand defenders with Kara, the bloodlust still applied, and I think this is how it's going to do it here as well.
I agree to a certain extent.
Don't have that many units in.
So you get what 1% of damage for every 60 capacity of units that you attack in a base or a platoon, correct?
Yeah, not that you attack, but that you kill.
That's right, yeah.
So that you kill. But last stand defenders don't count towards any capacity because they're factored into into the buildings, so they don't count. They never counted for any of that kind of stuff.
I thought
They're not. There's no capacity. You can't control the amount. You know what I mean? So there's no. It's a predetermined amount of last stand defenders come out of power plants, come out of pumps and silos and stuff like that. It's a predetermined amount. You can't control what goes in or what comes out. You know what I mean? But 60, that's nothing. It's that's nothing.
One liberator.
Yeah, I mean, you throw. I mean, what is one Hades? 300.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 5% just for killing one Hades.
One jump, 500.
Yeah, 500. So I mean, you're looking at 7%.
Herald, 750.
Boom! You're already up to 25% right there.
They can't hit the Herald. He was pointing.
Nothing Survivors has can hit the Herald.
Really?
Yes, they've got no anti-air.
Well, that sucks.
The only faction stuff that can hit the Herald is the Hades and the Seeker.
Well, that does suck. And now I'm gonna make a quick comment about this fucking shit here. Why? Why is that even necessary? Because I did sit there and watch for 7 minutes while he did it on fucking Ruby, and yes, that is Sulaco. And he's done it under his bloody real name on the forum, which makes him an idiot. Because for damn sure I wouldn't have fucking done it that way. You don't see... I have the immortal Dr. Phil plastered on my YouTube channel, not my actual name. If you're fortunate enough to be on the Unshackled page, you know who I am, but that's irrelevant. Well, I think most people know who I am by now. My name's been spouted around for fucking ever, but... But the problem is with this video, it doesn't make any comparison at all because of these two stupidly large boxes that are in the way. If he'd have done it side by side, or done one base and then compared it with the other base and then compared the damage to his platoon or the damage he'd done to the base, then I could agree with that. The video might have been a little long, but David, fuck you. And the video might have been a little long, but still, I would have been able to figure it out. This, or even on full screen, and bearing in mind I play on a fucking 50-inch TV, and even then, the picture is minuscule, and it makes it completely pointless. So that video is completely irrelevant, and Sulaco, you're still a moron for doing it.
Fucking David.
So we move on to Corpus and its adapted defense. Now this is what I like this. I like this a lot. And I think I'm torn at the moment because most of my ground is survivors and most of my air is Corpus. Which really pisses me off.
Well, it's only 100 coins to switch between the CC type, so, you know.
Doc, it sounds like you got a personal problem.
Are you done, David?
Nope.
Doc, I'm the exact same way. All I use is Ninx in my air, and all I use is libs on the ground. And so I just went with the survivor one because I do like the damage bonus.
This particular one, I do like quite a bit. It'd do quite well in a lot of PvE bases. PvP, on the other hand, I don't know, and I don't think so. I mean, it'd be nice running up against railguns if you're running ground, but a lot of people don't use ground to hit bases anymore. They've all switched to air with the O-Titan and Furies and the Herald. And most people get flattened with a Herald, so
I'm looking at it this way. You know, like every month we get a new faction for the event, you know, that we have to change to or do something. What I'm thinking is with the faction buffs is why not just change your CC every month to that faction for the, you know, for that month, just so you get the bonus for the event, make it a bit easier on yourself.
That's what I did. I set my faction according to the event already. I mean, it's what, 7 days to switch it. It's plenty of time.
I may do the same thing because Sentinel is going to be the next thing coming up, and it's also why I'm torn between these particular three: the survivors because of the ground stuff, the corpus because of the air stuff, but this one is devotion. And units deployed will have complete immunity to all negative status effects. That includes fire, corrosion, shock, concussion. I think it would even negate zombie fire.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
How do you want to test
Zombie-
that, Phil?
Yeah, that's
Zombie is the negative one.
Well, then, yeah, it would.
Well,
Yeah,
depending on what side of the zombie you are on, it could be positive or negative.
true in that. Yes.
The side chat link, you might want to check that one out because it kind of explains all this stuff. What breaks what?
You know you sent the Hangout link, right?
I did. Oops. God damn it.
What are you posting, David?
Hold on.
You
Just for
haven't
those
posted me a link. You've posted me a link to this bloody Hangout that I'm already in.
Working.
I haven't gotten to the wrong thinkers bit yet because that's on the next thing. I want to go over this, get the opinions from the panel, and then we'll move on to wrong thinker, and we'll repeat the process that we're doing now. Problem?
There you go. No, this is something else. This is explaining what breaks everything.
Don't. Fine.
Did it not come up?
Can I finish what I was saying now?
Yes, go.
Bless you.
Indeed. So again, Sentinel unit will have
Damn.
immunity to stasis. All of them. They still take basic damage from the turrets and the tech on the units themselves, i.e. the napalm. From the napalm turret cannot cause actual damage to infantry, so the turret will still damage the units. And again, this video is fucking pointless because it's bad. It is just plain horrendous and isn't worth watching because you can't make head nor fucking tail of any of it.
Phil,
And
do
of
you
course,
have
this
a question for Jericho.
what?
Do you have the concussion for Jericho?
Jericho concusses, yes. If
Yeah,
you
well, do
have
you want
the
to test
arc loader.
it? Do you want to test it? Because I've got an acolyte I can kill to see if it will actually negate getting.
Acolytes are redundant to concussion anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the ones that we get, the ones that are in the event, can be concussed.
They're not true acolytes.
But they actually are. Their legal name is True Acolyte.
The ones we had in the event,
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
there was a stipulation that if you kill the acolyte leader, then it would concuss the rest of them. It was just a niche thing for the event.
But
No, in
even
certain bases, in the event, acolytes could be concussed by Jericho.
yeah, I shot in the 95 and the 75 when they had all them acolytes. I put ERMs in Jericho because those were true acolytes. They weren't our acolytes. They weren't real acolytes. They were true believer acolytes.
The true believer acolytes have some kind of fucking funky shit. Or kicks I fucked up and forgot to put that in.
They're the Walmart brand acolytes.
Not when I'm taking a drink. Come on.
All three factions have access to loyalty. Now, I'm not entirely sure what this is, in addition to the unique trait, and loyalty grants all units of your selected faction a flat 10% damage reduction. So, I'm assuming that if you have all Sentinel, all Corpus, all Survivor. But that, now what I have to figure on top of that is, does that flat damage stack on top of the flat 15? That's the next question. Because if they have the flat 10%, and then the corpus have the no greater than 15% of maximum health, does it apply before or afterwards?
Yep. I would think that they would just take the 10, but it's Kickstarter.
Yeah. Because it could be take the 10% and then the 15% of maximum.
Does anybody have a Hades that's built and then a Juggernaut? Because then we could test it. And and they'd have to have Corpus CC as well. And you put one Hades on the world map, fight a Jug, and then see how many shots it takes. Because if it's 10%, it'll take 10 shots. But if it takes any less than 10 shots, then it would be 15.
And also,
or the third option is it's just totally broken and it dies in one hit or dies in less than 5-6 shots.
But the different faction that you're included there. Say you're a Corpus and you stand on units and you're not going to get the buff.
I'll add that to my list of questions.
And here's another one. Does it stack with Phalanx's natural bonus that they get?
It would put it. It should put it down to 10%. Or no, 15% because of the
Phalanx they have where they take 15 or 20% of their maximum health. They get a damage reduction, and they can go up against railguns and stuff.
Oh, does anybody have a Hades with Corpus CC?
Well, I do. I have Hades and I have a Corpus CC. What do you want to see?
Let's test this.
All right. So what should I do? Hold on. I got to pull a Hades. Let me see if I might have all my Hades on base.
Let's go to 27. Just this way, it's a neutral sector. And then we can test this.
Well, I can't jump.
Huh. What sector are you in?
I didn't coin my CC. It still has 5 days.
Put in the side chat where you are. I'll come over to you and then test it.
Well, you guys get that done and let me know when you're about to do it.
Yep. Okay, so, I'll be there shortly.
Okay.
There is now the faction UI in combat. 2 visuals displaying the faction trait of inactive or active. The UI will display a transparent silhouette of the faction leader. Blah, blah, blah. Faction trait would be inactive if you do not have aligned faction units deployed in combat, or if you have non-faction units deployed alongside the aligned faction units. The UI will display a full image of the faction leader when the trait is active. Just like that little thing there. In PvP, the defending player will also have the faction UI displayed, allowing both players to see each other's trait bonus and status. Interesting. Which units gain bonuses and how do bonuses apply to units offensively and defensively? Offensive battles. Units that do not break the bonuses. Faction units for the faction you are aligned with. And units that break the bonuses for non-aligned faction units, including legacy units, units spawned from spec ops bots, mercenaries, units spawned from bonus buildings with the exception of faction units that are applied with your current faction. Defensively, this is kind of annoying. This is units that don't break the bunkers, don't break the bonus. Faction units for the faction you're aligned with also applies to units defending deposits and units in bunkers. Now, units in bunkers don't break the bonus. But I don't know what they are classified as once that bunker is broken. If you end attack, they go away, so that would make them last stand defenders. But again, they're units that you put in your base.
Doc, the side chat, that link will explain it.
It is very explanatory.
Yeah, units in the bunkers, if they are not in the same alignment as that you've chosen. For example, if you have acolytes and liberators in there, and you're aligned to something else, once the bunker is destroyed, you lose your bonus. items that do not break it is the only one is the drone silo. That's the only thing that does not break your bonuses.
I'm looking for what. Where is that said?
That is said. Let's see here. You got Slocko units, gain offensive units that break the bonuses. Non-aligned factions, including legacy units. Units spawn from spec ops.
That's a copy and paste job. I already know what that says.
Right.
Oh, hang on a minute. Another way to understand it, if the unit, which would include the spec op that spawns units you have control over whether or not you deploy, can break the bonus. The bonus is dynamic, so if you've broken the bonus by deploying a single unit, retreating them would bring the unit bonus back. It's worth noting one exception to the rule is drones in drone silos. You have control of those. We don't have any faction drones, so if we made it the drones counted, it would totally screw over defense, and they're not doing that. When the bunker is destroyed, the units can be controlled, so it would break those bonus until those units were dead. So the bonus will apply while your units are still in the bunkers. As soon as those bunkers are deployed or destroyed and the units are spawned from said bunkers, that faction trait is broke. That faction trait becomes inactive.
Unless your faction units come out.
Yeah, the bonus applies while they are still in the bunkers. When they're broken out of the bunkers, if they are not your faction alignment, the bonus is broken. That's the official answer, and there's your answer. So, no, but yes. So figure that out.
Just no, but yes.
No, but yes. Yeah, but no, but yeah, but no, but yeah, but no. Oh, bugger. That was a fucking heavy discussion, that was. This is the problem. When things aren't made clear, there's no such thing as a stupid question. But again, the only thing more dangerous than a question is an answer. Because it might not be the answer you are looking for.
By the way, no more Twin Titan ops, I guess, in use. If you want the bonuses.
Oh, you're right.
Ops break the bonuses.
Yep.
Wow.
Basically, any unit that you can control breaks your bonus.
As if it's not aligned to your faction.
Yeah, but how many spec ops are aligned to factions? None. So, unless they're going to redo spec ops and give us, stuff with alignments to the faction.
Yes. So if you're running Twin Titan there for invasion.
I was running Twin Titan for the entirety of invasion.
Mm-hmm.
That's no good because you get everything to you.
King, I will give you a verbal warning on the show. If you interfere, I will kick you. That is the order of things.
Oh.
Don't interfere with the legitimate test we want to run on the show. Is that understood?
After the show, you do what you want, but not on the show.
After the show, I don't give a fuck. During the show, you're under my rules and you're under my boot.
So, just to let everyone know, I am 3 minutes 30 out. So we gotta fill 3 minutes and 30 of time.
All right.
So in those 3 minutes and 30 seconds, I'm going to go across the panel and ask each of you individually if you've chosen a faction. If you have picked a faction, which one are you going to choose? So that's the question. Anton, which faction are you going to go with if you're going with one at all?
I'm now with Survivors, so I'm there now at the moment.
Aye.
I think I'm going to go over to Corpus just to negate the Herald Flag.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. David, which faction?
I'm Sentinel. I'm torn. between Corpus and Sentinel, so I'm not sure yet which one I'm going to stick with.
Alrighty. Jabba?
So I just yesterday I just got done switching over to Sentinels, but now that I think about it, I don't really have any. I mean, I have Ardra, but nobody's going to hit me with ground, and if I throw any anti-air in, it's going to be a non-Sentinel unit, and so yeah. And the only Sentinel that hits air, well, the Herald is the Seeker, and that's just not enough. So I'm thinking about going with Corpus because of the whatchamacallit, the percentage buff on him. And then because Survivors, I like that, but I'm not going to fill my whole base with Survivor units. But then the sucky thing is now I got to fill my bunkers with Corpus stuff if I want to maintain the bonus. Because there's a strategy that I'm thinking about, but yeah. There's a strategy to busting bunkers if you catch my drift with if somebody's got a Corpus CC.
Yeah. I can see where you're going with that. No more needs to be said. The Peel, which faction? What?
Yeah. I don't.
Did he? I could have sworn he said something and then just cut off.
Yeah, I thought I heard him too for a second.
I think he said he wanted to go with the Survivors. Awesome.
All right, we'll move over to King.
I currently have Sentinels, but I will probably switch over to Corpus because I don't really need the buffs as far as attacking or anything like that goes.
All righty. Lady Warrior?
I am currently with Corpus, and I more than likely will stay that way because they do like to hit me with air a lot, and I have Hades. I use Hades and Seekers, but it will depend on what other units I can use for base defense because I have something on there now that I'm using that I'm finding is costing people some nice repairs when they send ground in, and if I can't keep using those, I might change my mind. So I don't know yet.
All right, Slim Shady. Real Slim Shady. Will the real Slim Shady please stand up?
All right. Right now I am allied with Survivors because I like libs. I use libs a lot. But I think I might try the what's it called? Corpus for the event, just for the event. Because I use Ninx a lot to go up against hunter missiles, and so it'll keep that damage low, and it'll be like a less than 5 minute repair.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm probably gonna do that for just the event.
Data King.
Corpus, just because that's primarily all the units that I have.
It's okay. That's fine. That's fine. Wolfie.
I went with Sentinels for pure matter of fact is Purifiers are amazing, and with them not being able to be shocked, and also with Sentinels you've got the Herald and the Juggernaut, so why not make them even better than they actually are, then side with it. And Hades on the road with that, having, the alignment, they're still pretty tough to take out the Herald, so make my Purifier stronger.
Alrighty then. Myself personally, I'm Corpus allied at the moment. I think I really am torn between Survivor and Corpus myself. But I think because of the way things are going at the moment, and with the next track that are coming out, I think I may switch to Sentinel a week before the event, so I've got the buffs of the Sentinel units. But for most of it, I'll probably stay with Corpus. So, Dabba, are you ready for this?
Yes, sir.
Please give me the screen share. And there you are. Do explain to me what you're doing at the time.
All right, so lady, can you retreat all your tunes but the one that's got the Hades in it?
Yeah, as soon as I remember which one it is, that one.
Basically, I got her surrounding me because I'm not exactly in a friendly sector. So
You're fine. You're fine. I told them I was
I know.
having a visitor, so if they do anything, I will kick the sector's
I know.
ass.
I expect
I know,
nobody to be
but I
quiet
just-
for the next 10 minutes.
I just prefer not to, have my.
Yeah,
head
I
between-
prefer. Yeah, I prefer it as well. Okay, so here's well, you can't see me pointing, but the Hades is right to the right of you.
Okay, so yeah, so go ahead and attack me.
Okay,
You have just one Hades, right? Nothing else.
just one Hades. Yep, just one Hades. All right,
All right.
hold on. I'm gonna go full screen. All right.
And I have one jug. Bunch
see
of
that.
ERMs from something else, but
All right. So.
yeah.
All right, so I drop my Hades in. Now what? Or not?
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to march my ERMs elsewhere because we don't need them. All right.
Okay.
Park your Hades to the right. See that square in the middle? The rectangle, whatever. Park it to the right of that.
So about right here. Hold on, it's almost there.
Yeah, that's good. Right there. Perfect.
Okay.
And set them on defend. And then I'm assuming I'm screen share, or I'm good on YouTube. So basically, what we're testing is. Oh yeah. What do you have the armor tech on this?
I don't know if I do or not. Honestly, I don't know what tech I have on it. If you kill it, don't worry about it. It's not.
No.
big of a deal.
That's something else we might as well test as well.
Oh.
But instead of check and see if it's. Oh.
You retreated, didn't you?
Can you send a buggy my way?
Yeah.
Or send a Hades my way, but
yeah, because you're in my friends list because I have you as friends on Kicks. So yeah, I can send the Hades your way. Another 3 minutes. Another 3 minutes. We gotta wait though. 3.5 minutes.
Fisher Price, my first June fight.
Before you send it, make sure it's got the gold armor thingy on it.
I do not think I have any gold tech on Hades, but I'm gonna look at my workshop now. I've already sent it, so I'm not. So we'll know here in a second if I can get.
I think that
my
I think that one gives 35%, but then we can check the 15% as well.
Let's
Since you have the corpus
see.
CC.
I have.
While we're waiting.
I do not have any gold tech for the Hades.
Okay, that's
All I
fine.
have is the silver armor tech.
So this is Lady Warrior, just for those in YouTube. She does have a Corpus CC. If it would ever load up, see Lady Warrior. Of course, I'm double. Oh, nice. My whatchamacallit changed. I thought that was my photo. I was about to say. Yeah. See, I'm what's his face? Malachi.
Oh, is that my base? Are you showing? Are you?
Yeah. Well, I was showing your CC. And then I'm gonna go into my base, and you guys might see some damage from my invasion.
And no, my base isn't quite as easy as it looks, people. So don't get froggy.
70 mabs, you're flat. Easy. And so yeah, I have the Sentinel CC.
You can't bring a Mav in my base, noob.
Oh, I got something that's not upgrading.
Shots fired.
Events lab. Oh, okay. Oh, I should probably fix that.
Well, you can go and fix that afterwards. Get on with it.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I'm waiting on her tune to actually get here.
I'm 144 out.
Yeah, it's not like I really need my things lab anyways. On
We
a
need
brighter
some
note,
elevator music up in here.
you still got a day and 16 hours to do your shadow ups if you haven't done so already. If you haven't already activated it.
If you haven't already activated it, or you haven't already done it, or you just want to go play Weird Al Yankovic, I Lost on Jeopardy, or
And lady,
something like that.
if this fella doesn't have a tag, can you smash him? Because he's got. Oh, I thought that's a rave. Never mind.
No, you can't smash anybody in here, and you're not seeing tags because you didn't refresh.
Yeah, I know. I know. I'm
No,
not seeing tags, and I'm not planning on hitting anybody.
No,
especially live on the show. Because this is not a rave run, so
No, this is not a rave
You are
run.
being watched by all
God, the
kinds of
paranoia
people.
is overwhelming Dava right now.
It's okay, Dava. I told them I was having a visitor for the show, and if not to bother.
Well, wait, hold on. This is Peel Sector, so he would be that guy that would just come to my base just to snipe me. Like if I popped, he'd be the guy that would sit there and bubble me, just so he could like.
If you pop, if you pop, Dava, my Hades is right there on your base. Do you think I would let you leave without a fresh bubble? No. Or at least trying to give you a fresh bubble, because I don't know what you got on your base for defense, because I didn't scope your base out. Okay, so my Hades is there.
And in 30-something seconds, my tune will be there as well. Let's just say I killed 1, 2, 3 regular heralds, probably 4 elite heralds, and probably the same in Omega heralds offline with my base tune. So yeah. Either these guys don't know how to fly them, or they just don't watch their unit's health just draining. But I was actually watching the one elite, or the regular herald. It was like a level 30 something that had bubbled me before with it. And I let him bubble me a couple times. This way he doesn't think I put a secret in there. And when I put my secret, I just sit there and watch his health just drop like a rock.
Yeah. All right.
So who's falling asleep?
I'm sorry, I was.
There you go. All right, so go ahead and hit.
Okay, attack.
What's it? 15% damage on.
I believe it's 15%. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So somebody who's good at math, 100 divided by 65, and that's how many shots it should take. 100 divided by 15, and that's how many shots it should take. 15,
All right,
30, 45, 60, 75. 90, so it should take 7 shots.
6.66 shots, so round it up to 7.
Yep, okay, cool. Okay, well, there's 1 shot that I missed. Yeah, just put
I'm
it
not moving it.
2. Also, the corrosion might apply it as well.
2.
3.
Yo, that is eating massive amounts of jug damage.
And it's moving on its own. It's not. I'm not controlling it at
You
all.
have him on defend. 5.
No, he's just doing. It's just doing whatever he's doing.
5. Hit defend. This way, hit defend. This way, stay still.
Position, stay still.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll take 7.
Wow.
Maybe. I'm skeptical about this one. All right.
Wow.
Cool.
7 shots to kill it.
7 shots from what is that? An Omega Jug?
Yes.
Level 32.
Level 32 Omega Juggernaut. 7.
And it's applying corrosion to it too. So corrosion doesn't do anything because it's just the percentage damage.
Mm-hmm.
And in theory, it should work the same for the Herald, as the Herald kind of does the same like huge damage like the Jug.
Wow, that was very interesting.
Extremely.
So that's good.
Test the phalanx.
Now,
I do think as far as the Herald goes, though, that won't count along the same thing as each bomb individually counts as a round.
Each bomb does if it individually counts as a round. Because if you remember Preservers and their flat damage when they first came out, and you were running Banshee Wingman against them, because of the flat damage reduction on Preservers, you could not do damage to them at all.
I remember putting my Banshees against them, and my Banshee's overall DPS was tremendous, but its individual round was terrible. And so you wouldn't do anything, even with corrosion and corrosion and Peacekeeper rounds or something that they had. Whatever those rounds were, I put them out to like they should have destroyed the. And then the funny thing is, I get them in the event, and I'm like, yes, Preservers. And then I had my buddy test them, and it didn't work. I sent it to Kickstarter, and Kickstarter's like, basically our units are stronger.
Yeah.
Hey, lady, do you have a phalanx that you're willing to sacrifice for science?
Oh, I suppose I do. Let me get my base.
Or another Hades.
Name again?
I was gonna do the Herald this time. To test it.
All right.
Better if you do a Hades, because this way we have the same unit.
But then you're going to have to attack her to pop
So,
your...
so you want me to sacrifice another Hades?
Yeah, for science.
Shit.
Hades, phalanx.
Oh, damn it. All right, I gotta. You're killing my base defense here, Daba.
It's for science. If
It's
people
for
need
science,
people,
yeah, but King's sitting out there waiting on me.
If somebody just rolled up to your base.
Might be not in that sector.
I suggest you leave immediately.
I'm not in the sector, douchebag.
No, his
I'm joking.
his main his. Who the hell's Daba? If that's you,
That's not me. People
Who's
on
hitting
YouTube, they're watching my screen share right now.
oh shit, I'm getting hit. Damn it! And I just took a defender off. All right, let's see if I do any good defending.
Who the fuck is doing that?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know. It's not me. I'm in 49. I'm trying to help deal with those.
Yeah, I was just saying it's not him.
It's some random.
It's a random hit.
Screen share.
It's awfully,
I
awfully
can't.
interesting how he arrived as soon as I arrived.
And we'll go and have him there afterwards.
Yeah, I don't know who the hell is.
Okay, so that wasn't okay. Well, I don't know then.
I don't know who it is.
I think somebody just posted. Nope.
It says I'm under attack, but I don't see that they've dropped anything yet.
It's probably just trolling holding your base.
That dude is loving. What's it? 320, 384. Nope, that ain't you.
I don't know. I can't, and I can't screen share because I don't have enough time.
Just you let us know who it is there.
Whoever he is, he's not going to be making me very happy here in a minute.
All right, well,
just kill all of his air and call it even. Because it don't look like he has ground.
No, I don't think he does.
If I'm still screen sharing, I don't know if you guys shared this, but this is the.
And I have three minds blown. Who the hell is it?
That you would have to use Cyclops for.
I almost did it with 3.
So you got a crap ton of hammers there. And look, most likely
I can't even see. I see nothing. I know I'm getting hit.
None of that stuff there is on aggressive. So you can, if you go right down, as soon as you deploy, you go right down. You have to engage some liberators right at the beginning. But if you go right down the bottom side, take out that platoon of liberators right down at the bottom end, drop a PK on that corner, and then swing around. And drop another. You can drop another PK on that Overwatch.
How weird!
And
I can't even
on the Overwatch on the other side, and you can pretty much get around it. The only trouble is, I got my ship blown up before I figured that out. So I'm sat waiting on my repairs right now.
Well, something's in here now. I don't know. He's got Harold on here.
You can only use. Why am I drawing a blank?
Yeah,
little
baby.
things that we got.
Tell your Harold goodbye.
There we go.
Cyclops.
All right.
I already have a. Depending on how quickly it takes them to uncloak, I have a.
Move, Seeker, move.
Something for them. We got the
Harold down.
Good job.
Sad.
Good job.
Yeah. Now what you got there, buddy? You can't. Oh, he's brought a war rig in my base. With 2 libs. Where I don't know if I can get it's chasing my Hades.
He's trying to kill it so he can drop more air in your base.
Yeah, well, the noob doesn't understand that that's not the only Hades in there.
That sucks.
That's all right. That's how we'll play that game.
Unfortunately, we do have to carry on.
Keep going. That's all right. I'll.
Yeah, just
Warwick's
well,
about dead
yeah,
anyway.
carry on, and if we actually manage to survive a Hades,
All
then
right.
we'll go ahead and finish do that.
We'll leave that for another day, I think.
There you go.
If any other testing can be done, we can do it in private, away from little pricks.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because if some little cocknob is going to jump in and just fuck with the show just to be one of those people, you know what? I don't really fucking care. Somebody is going to get it.
Yeah.
I'll volunteer as tribute.
Well, when somebody's listening to the show, actually is giving him crap in world chat.
Oh, good.
Because I said something about war rig, and he's like, "I'm just having fun."
Just having fun.
They're laughing at him.
Well, yeah, the little shyster can go have fun on his own fucking time, not mine.
Oh, he said, oh, in the world chat, and I don't know who he is. His base name is Fuck Kicks, excuse my language. GRE tag, tell Dr. Phil the real fucking Slim Shady says fuck off.
Oh, well, the real Slim Shady can suck my dick.
And you know what?
Shit.
And I will replay that to him.
I know who that faggot is. He's the little faggot that was trolling the shows and saying he was going to get the show shut down for months and months and months because he got kicked. It's the same with a few other people who have been removed from Unshackled for various reasons.
He doesn't understand that I have friends here, and I'm not even talking about the sector.
We can't
Best suggestion: wait till he jumps, because he'll jump to his main sector, because he'll jump next to his main, and then go bubble his fucking sector.
I'm on my way to bubble his ass right now.
Go
I'm 2 minutes. I'm 2 minutes out. Let me see what's on this base.
He's gonna jump right before you get there. Watch.
Yeah, he coined his CC because his base is almost dead. Oh my god, my buggy could bubble this base. It's so pitiful.
What do we got? What do we got next, Dr. Phil?
Well, what we've got next there is one thing is post about the faction alignment, which goes into a little bit more detail, as well as some comments that he's made already on various posts. And I will have a list of questions on the forum by the end of the night, because that's what I do. He's basically elaborated on Soloco's post with if you're aligned with Sentinels and you deploy only Sentinel units, the buffs will be applied. If you deploy a Survivor unit, the buffs will go away. Applies into base defense as well as offense. So for Defender Platoon and Bunkers, all aligned to the chosen faction, they all receive the traits. When it comes to the faction traits, we play by the same rules. If we blend the rules in units of various factions into a base, none will get any traits. The traits themselves have already been mentioned. The damage bonus scales up to 100% when it's maximum potential of all your units deal twice their normal damage to targets, and the bonus lasts until combat ends. Corpus is adaptive defense, which again is dealing more than 15% damage of your unit's maximum health. And Devotion, which is a Sentinel, and its immunity to stasis effects. And the last one, which is the loyalty in addition to the unique trait. Loyalty grants all the units the flat 10% damage reduction. Faction traits are not hidden behind any building or any cost. So immediately, as soon as you walk into the game at any level, you can have the faction alignments simply by the use of the aligned faction, and they will get stronger. and the reduced gold cost of changing the factions from 216 to 100 gold. They make the identities much more. He's basically elaborated on Soloco's post, but Soloco's trimmed down what Wrong Thinkers said, but he's also put PS, new Alliance raid and war effort info coming soon. Speaking of that, there was a nice pop-up that came up earlier on. I got to go back to normal size now, which was introducing the faction traits, which is put there, but coming soon, Raid the Highway Zealot, which is next week. Take the fight to the Highway Zealot's home sector with a brand new raid. The new raid replaces the old one and provides a radically different experience, designed to be completed by a team of 3 players over 1 hour. The raid will pay out supplies, legendary training tokens, and diamond tech for your faction units. These prizes are 100% exclusive to the raid. Keep your eyes on the forums for more details on the awesome and upcoming features. And speaking,
It took them 2 years to finally implement that. Great.
I just want to say one thing. It says 3 players over an hour. Challenge accepted. I want to see Lonnie will probably be like by himself just trying to do this thing.
That will be hilarious, and I'm quite sure he will throw me a PM with, Doc, this shit's too fucking hard. What the fuck? I lost all my shit.
He's just gonna try and like brute force it like the current diamond base, and then just.
Yeah, we asked for something like that a couple years ago on the other show. We were talking about how it would be nice to have larger bases on the map where groups of people can attack it and gain certain bonuses and stuff for it. And at the time, we didn't have all the alliance bonuses and everything. But that's pretty cool. I'm curious to how big and powerful those bases are going to be that 3 people would have to attack them.
Expect it to hurt like fuck.
I bet it'll be easy as shit, and you just gotta sit there and spam a whole bunch of fucking bullseyes. That's normally how you get to do bases nowadays. Spam fucking bunch of missiles.
Well, I'm assuming they're going to think of that and throw anti-missile bastions in there.
Well, if they didn't, you just gave them the fucking idea. So thanks, Phil.
Did you just say bastions with an S? Thanks a lot.
Bastion. That's the missile bastions. They're not bash. There's no H in bastion.
I mean, you said an S at the end. As in more than one. Plural.
Oh, as in plural? Yeah, I would. If you're going to make something strategically viable, you want to go out of your way to be challenging. But so for a base like this, you could say thanks very much, Phil, or fuck you, Phil, when they've got 4 of them in the new raid base. But that's entirely up to you when that happens. And I'm quite sure that Kixeye have already thought of this, because I mean, for as much as we give them shit, they put out a game for the last 6 years that a lot of us still play, have left, and come back to. Why? We're probably mad, because it's the definition of insanity, which is doing the same thing over and over and over and over again and expecting a different result. We still play, we still take damage, we still repair tunes, we go out and rinse and repeat the following day with the same damn thing, or we coin the repairs. That's it. It's the same process. Spend, collect, gain, improve. It's the same loop over and over and over and over and over again with the same result at the end of it. It fucking hurts.
Well, to give them a little credit, I have enjoyed being insane a little bit more recently.
Oh yeah, definitely gotten better.
I say it now. I
Still
mean,
a lot to do.
Since my particular return to the game, I mean, hell, today alone, I tackled quite a few of the unit bases, the Valiant, not the Valiant. Is it the Valiant? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's a Sentinel one. Is it the Valiant, the Purifier, the Acolyte, the Vindicator base? Tackled all of them. with pretty minimal repairs, except for one which I ballsed up, and Kixeye can fuck off on that. The information that I was given earlier on to share exclusively on Unshackled first, until Sulaco opened his fucking trap about an hour ago, which is the legendary units are getting the rebalance next week. That comes in next week. So if you've got any legendary units, or you want to get some in the next event, then by all means go out and test them. But not only does the legendary units get a rebalance, the war rig is being tweaked as well. That's the next one you got to watch out for. It could end up being still as shit as it already is, or being overpowered. And tweaking units like that is odd to do. I mean, there have been a couple of shadow ops in the past that have completely flopped. There haven't been many, but there have still been some that have just gone down the shitter.
Sarkis,
the original, which sucked balls.
The war rig.
Well, we already know the war rig sucks balls.
It's a lawnmower. The Omega lawnmower.
Yeah,
it is.
The Omega lawnmower. The Omega fuck off. But that, as they say, is the exclusive information that I was keeping hold of until I went to the forum earlier and saw Sulaco had opened this fucking gob. Which he really shouldn't have done that until the post got made tomorrow. Because there is supposed to be a post going up on the forums about it. But no, he opened his fucking mouth. Story of my life.
Oh, wow.
I get a nice nugget to hold on to until the end of the show, just like the old days. And Sulaco fucking ruins it for me.
Yeah, well.
And pick the best time to refresh, get attacked as soon as I come back in. After my Hades and my Tempest has died.
Well, that's the order of things, I suppose. But has anybody got any comments, questions? Let me go check the YouTube, because I stopped doing that and let everyone else do it.
Nah. Just what's his face was saying he had another Hades to test if you wanted to share that, but
We
nothing
can,
else really.
we'll do that in private, and we can always post the results on the Unshackled page.
Yeah.
And Hunter's saying he's posting something to the Unshackled page right now, where supposedly Wrong Thinker says we may get a base design save feature in 4 to 6 months. I asked him to post that to the Unshackled page, and may, not guaranteed, but may, as per Hunter's words.
Do you know all they have to do for this, because War Commander is based upon, well, it's built upon the original code of Backyard Monsters, and all they got to do is lift the feature out of that. It's all they got to do. It's not that difficult to do, and I'm surprised they haven't done it already. It should have been done 5 fucking years ago when the base design feature came out in fucking Backyard Monsters. Hell, Battle Pirates got one before everybody else, and that came out later. By the hand of Kalis. Anything else? Anything?
Yeah, question for you. I don't think it was asked. Doc, what faction did you already answer? What faction you would choose and why?
I did. You can see it right there.
Yeah, he's Corpus. But he's leaning towards Sentinels. But he doesn't know for sure. I paid attention. Daba, where were you?
Potentially driving home from work. That's my excuse.
No, you were already here. So shush.
Driving home from work.
You got no excuse.
Godscope, I will quite happily mention that at the end of my countdowns. So if that is everything, we can go ahead and wrap up. I think so. So we'll go into the old last words of the shout outs, and we'll wrap this up and say goodnight. So Anton, have you got any shout outs and last words?
Yeah, guys, thanks for the invite again there, and shout out to 49 there and up there. I know we're getting a wee bit there, but fair play to everybody. Thanks to everybody in the panel, everybody in YouTube land, and I hope we'll bump heads in there and up there, discuss a few tactics and things like that there. Thank you all.
No.
Anton Airlines signing off.
Good man there. Good man there.
David, you got any shout outs? Some last words?
Can I go last,
No.
please?
No.
No.
You'll go in order, and you'll go now.
Fucker.
Thanks.
So, with my shout outs going out to one grumpy old man. We just got word that he was at his doctor's and passed out. They revived him and took him to the hospital. He passed out in there, revived him. This being just a game.
Wow.
When you lose friends in the game, it does hurt a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, a shout out goes to him and his family and prayers for him. Another thing everybody knows and probably has been on the news everywhere around the world about Hurricane Harvey hitting several places and over 1 billion gallons of water dropped within less than a day and a half. Many people lost their lives during this. I heard on the news earlier that with the floodwaters receding, in a van was a family of 8. Life is short. This game isn't real life. It is just pixels. Remember that when you play this game. Don't take it seriously. Don't think it's real. That is all it is. We've all made friends. We've all made enemies. In the end, this is just a game. So my prayers go out to all those families that lost loved ones during this. Prayers go out to all the families that have lost pretty much everything they've owned due to this Hurricane Harvey. And with that being said, I'm pretty much done. And thank you.
Well, on that more somber note, David, personally, as much as I give you a bunch of shit on the shows and we trade blows back and forth, and I know you were down in that particular area because of this. And personally, from my own perspective, you are a good friend of mine. I consider you a good friend of mine. And I'm glad that you are okay, to be perfectly frank. And it's a rough thing to deal with. I'll have some more at the end, but thanks for sharing that. Jabba, shout outs, last words.
Oh man, I gotta follow this.
And now you see why I wanted to go last.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. So I want to shout out to what's his name, Jack Sparrow. He gave me a shout out on YouTube, so I'm just returning the favor. Shout out to the person or clans or whomever orchestrated all the fun that we've been having for the past few days in 49. It's been a blast. I've never had so much fun PvPing in a while. It's nice to see the sector coming together. Shout out to 49, who's actually winning this because of we're finally it's uniting the sector. And I want to definitely give a shout out to Wrong Thinker and Sulaco and Kixai and all that, and hopefully they can make this war or whatever the new raid work properly, and these faction bonuses work properly as well.
Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. Ale, are you there?
No, that's not him. It's just a clone or something.
Well, in the case of Share the Field, no shout outs to Pokemon this week, thank fuck. So on that note, we'll move straight on to King. Have you got any shout-outs, some last words?
Well, mine is sort of like David's. My shout out is for Scooby. I know that you're going through a rough time, bud, and my thoughts and prayers are with you and your family in this time.
Yes, I second that there.
All right, me
We
too.
all do.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Lady Warrior, have you got any shout-outs, some last words?
Shout out to the panel. Shout out to Dr. Phil. Shout out to everybody out there in YouTube land. Thanks for joining us once again. Again, my thoughts are with Scooby. My thoughts are also with you, David, and everyone down there in that area. I've seen how bad it is, and it's not pretty. And I hope you all get through it okay, or the best you can. I know people have lost things, and I'm sorry for that, and wish there was more that I could do to help for that. Of course, shout out to XR, shout out to 115, and shout out to that idiot that wanted to hit me live on the show. I'll be seeing you soon. That's it for me.
Slim Shady, the real Slim Shady. Have you got any shout-outs?
Yeah, shout out to 49. We've been having a blast. Come by and see us sometime. We'll flat you. Shout out to Raid for having me in their alliance. Shout out to Dr. Phil and the Unshackled community for coming out and listening to us chat about a stupid game. Let me think. And shout out to the pretend Slim Shady out there who keeps making fake accounts and trolling people.
Data King, have you got any shout-outs for that?
Yeah, shout out to Raid. Shout out to Sector 49. I appreciate all the help everybody's been giving me, especially Champ, Anton, Pascal, and his lovely wife. One of the best game names in the game. One of the best names in the game. My Dixie Normus. You guys are awesome. I appreciate the help.
Thanks for that shout out to Dixie, because I forgot. And Hunter, I love you, hun. Here's your shout out.
Fuck you, Hunter.
You got two now.
Wolfie, have you got any shout-outs?
So just for fair, shout out to Pokemon. Shout out to 49. Shout out to Hannah. Shout out to people. Come and, well, gotta try and get a head around this more confusing shit now.
Well, of course, the usual shout-outs to the panel this evening, to Anton, to David, to Dobber, to half of Fear the Peel for when he could get in and out, to King, to Lady Warrior, to the real Slim Shady, not that fake little cunt, to the legendary Data King, to Wolfie, and from myself, the immortal Dr. Phil. It's been a bit of a weird week. It really, really has. 49 has been the busiest place it's been for a long time. And I have got more fucking repairs over the last bloody week than I have for a fucking long time.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, shout out to the invaders in Sector 49 for allowing me to snipe 70 straight platoons with no loss with their potato internet. I appreciate it. Keep feeding me more.
Oh wait, is that what this is? Are we getting invaded or something? I thought it was just like some PvP fun.
I guess, yeah. I mean, I've got a 2-year-old base. I've got a 2-year-old base, and I single-handedly fought off 4 different players coming to my base at the same time, just sniping all of their platoons, and it was an absolute joy, and it brought me nothing but giggles.
Of course.
Wish I got
That was always good.
Me.
I mean, I fended off a few players myself over the last couple of days. I want to go especially to shout out to Fear the People and his camo detonator idea. I fucking love those things because the amount of times I could just run around with a detonator and jump on somebody else's platoon, smash the fuck out of that, and by the time the guys got anywhere near the other detonator, I'm on the other side of the fucking map smashing another platoon and smashing another platoon. It's fucking great. And they're all crying and shouting, "You fucking hit my platoon, you're a cheater, there's nothing in this platoon, you can't do shit." It is fucking great. I'm going to give a shout out to Godscope, who's got something in the works for something in the point next week. It's going to be glorious. I want to give another shout out to of course, to Anton and to Dobber and the Champ, who basically fucking carried my ass out of the dirt for the last week, getting me thorium and helping me get stuff and getting the ops done that I still can't fucking figure it out. It's another learning curve that you've got to go through when you've been away for this fucking long and you're coming back in. And it'll take some time to get up to speed again. And I'm getting there slowly and surely.
But you
I've
will
seen that video
because
I've seen that video that you posted today on the Unshackled page. You still got your skills.
Oh.
I'm old school, slow and steady. There's no point in rushing.
I'm also there, and also Connor, you were saying about there flanking people who are not there, but I thank you for bringing this show together because it was Shadow and Dalba and all the guys and Trump and all that there. It showed me how I should do a certain base.
And for the record, there is 89 gold on my account, and that's Kickside gold before somebody said something else. Because David's cracking jokes in the side chat.
Big alert. Phil's coin.
Totally missed it.
Sorry, Doc. I had to say it.
Oh.
And I think that's pretty much it. Of
Wait
course.
a minute. One more thing. Whoever the level 3 Dr. Santa is in 49, leave my buggies alone.
Oh.
He was just over here. He was over here smashing my buggies. I don't know who the hell he is, but leave me alone.
Santa is the same fucking dickhead.
Yep.
Well, that level 3 just went to 49 after he hit me. I mean, all he killed was a couple of buggies, but still, it's like, who the hell's he?
One more shout out from me this evening to Evilicious. I know who you are. If you're coming to 49, bring your main instead of a level 6 base you could sit and fucking troll with. Because if you're going to threaten me and threaten to come and bubble me, bring your fucking main account so I can smash the fuck out of you. What I lack in a base, I make up for in tombs. If I have to missile spam your fucking base to death, I'll fucking do it.
Yep, do it.
I don't give. If I have to coin missiles, I'll do it. I really don't care.
But only with Kickside gold.
That's right.
Oh, there may be something else coming in the pipeline.
500 gold.
Just, dude, if I'm going to buy gold, I only buy gold in lots of 1,000. It's cheaper that way.
Well, then you can.
There's a request from Hunter in YouTube.
Yes, there is. I was just going to bring it up.
Can I? Unfortunately, I will. The link is on the Unshackled page if you do want to go and watch it. But unfortunately, because of Google, Google, there would be no sound, and it would ruin half of the joke.
It's like a slideshow.
Yeah, you gotta have the sound.
You have to. It is on the Unshackled page. You can go watch it. If you need me to post the link again, I most certainly will.
Real quick, last minute shout out to Daba or Doc for that. That's a beautiful, beautiful YouTube video.
I try and keep that sort of not on the shows. If it's on the page, I don't really care. If it's on the show, I can't get into any more fucking trouble than I'm already in.
I will say that video is beautiful.
When you have to deal with propaganda from somebody with an ego bigger than mine, and that's difficult to do, mind you, when you're dealing with somebody with an ego bigger than mine, who will wrap people around their fingers and make them believe whatever they want, and then have them bullshit to somebody else and have them try and bullshit me in the process. Unfortunately, I'm a lot smarter than you think.
But you know what they say? Right, you can't bullshit a bullshitter.
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
You really can't.
So it's bullshit that gold's Kickstarter gold. Sweet.
Hang on a minute. I've got a receipt for that. Shit.
We all know it's double gold. That's right there. 89 double gold.
Yeah, it's 89 double gold. That'll do. That'll do. It's 89 double gold. It's part of the welcome back package. From my own credit card.
That'll do, Donkey. That'll do.
That'll do. That'll do. But in that case, again, thank you to everybody for coming out tonight. Thank you for the laughs, the jokes, the crying, the blaming, and the hey, it hurts me. And yeah, thanks for coming along. Thank you to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
We're out.